Hi everyone, I'm back again to talk about the story of Sirisia MP John Waluke, and we all know about the graft case, corruption case that he had been charged with, and he had been jailed for a 67 years jail term, and his case was pleaded and he was released on bond of 10 million shillings. And this gave at least hope in his life, or some step of another chance for him to live again in liberty and freedom. But in his single attempt to win this case, it is another mistake to his failure, because recently we have had the EACC, the Anti-Corruption Court, has decided to open another means of admission of new evidence to be tabled against John Waluke and Grace Wakhungu. And this was not very easy, because each of them, John Waluke had been dismissed with a bill of 10 million and Grace Wakhungu with 20 million fine. And this at least gave them a break to serve in liberty. But we see the issue of the president going to Western region, meeting all the leaders in Kakamega. We see John Waluke also was among these people who attended the meeting. And in order for someone to benefit from the beneficiaries or people who can help them, at least they might find something that it is helping them in one way or another. And according to my analysis, someone like John Waluke and other MPs or other leaders who have been finding themselves in troubles with the government due to several pending cases like corruption, theft, and other misconducts in their offices, they have decided to join UDA so that they can be immune to these problems. And something that is very unfortunate for John Waluke is that even after agreeing to support the government of UDA, we see his files are not yet closed and he is being revisited again. And about the admission of the new evidence against John Waluke and Grace Wakhungu, we see that the EACC has allowed the admission of the new evidence through Kipsang Sambai, who has given the evidence, saying that the documents which were used for the payment by the errand supplies, whose directors were John Waluke and Grace Wakhungu, they were forged documents, or they were forgeries. And this has raised a lot of attention, because it seems, or the evidence says, that there was an overpayment of 300 million, and the EACC court is requesting or is compelling these two to pay back the 300 million shillings, and the errand company is answerable to this, or is urged to respond to this new evidence. And the case was brought about by the importation of 40,000 tons of maize 19 years ago. And still, John Waluke and Grace Wakhungu were the directors in this company. And we can see the cases that have been filed, they were still pending. It is not that it had come to an end, it was still pending. But now the EACC have found a new weapon against John Waluke. And there is this thing that they say, these two must pay 1 billion fine each, or else they will serve a lengthy jail term in jail. And it is something that is very serious, because previously John Waluke had been charged with 67 years in jail, and they complained a lot that, considering his age and the time that he is serving, this is like a life imprisonment and it was somehow unfair. But now that they are not able to escape from this case again, they have to face the music because the new evidence was filed through the affidavit. And if they cannot be able to challenge the court, and if the errant company will not be able to withdraw this case, it means that MP John Waluke and Director Grace Wakhungu will face the consequences. And therefore, it means that some things that are happening about leaders joining the government because of being immune to their weaknesses, their problem, and their cases in courts, it is not a solution. But here we go. The evidences they have been tabled, and the fate of John Waluke and Grace Wakhungu have been decided. And therefore, I don't know about your opinion, because the lack of John Waluke case was still pending, but it seems he has to fight again for this. And we see this because he is going to lose it again, because if he cannot challenge the court again, he is going to serve a long-term jail sentence. We don't know how many years. Previously, he had been given 67 years in jail, but right now they say it is a long or a lengthy jail time. We don't know it is life imprisonment. We don't understand there, but the point is, even if he has joined or supported the president, he is not immune to this case. And we also know about other leaders who are following President William Samoei Ruto because of their mistakes, and they think being in government will protect them from facing the law. But the thing is, they are following all this up to the end. Channel your contribution to my comment section and I will respond to them. Have a nice time.